So it's that time of the week again. A new episode of Pokemon Horizons has aired, and we are going to discuss what I liked about it, some opinions I have on certain things in the episode, all that jazz. But before we do that, on Sunday, it was my 22nd birthday. Yes, celebrating 20, I almost said 27. Celebrating 22 years of life. That's why I've kind of been MIA for these last couple of days, but now that that's over, I'm back, and for those of you who wished me a happy birthday, thank you so much. But anyway, on to the discussion. I thought Roy's first official episode was great, and he instantly seems like a fun addition to the cast. One of his defining characteristics appears to be his propensity for hurling pebbles. The presentation is much more intriguing here with how much he's not simply skilled at throwing pebbles, but can also skip them across water and bounce them through trees. I assume this will ultimately build up to him being good at throwing Pokeballs, similarly to Go, and it's been made abundantly apparent that he learned this ability via frequently exploring his island, so it feels like a natural extension of his personality. With his willingness to embark on adventures and his natural ability to comprehend the thoughts and feelings of Pokemon, Roy has a personality that is strikingly reminiscent to Ash's. In comparison to Ash at the beginning of his journey, he is already much more familiar with Pokemon, which is a significant difference. He also appears to be an exceptionally smart thinker because of the way he saved Liko from the island's Pokemon when they were pursuing her. There is definitely something preventing him from leaving the island where he lives, despite the fact that he is undoubtedly a gifted youngster. He hasn't captured a Pokemon to begin his own journey like some of his online classmates, despite the fact that many Pokemon reside on that same island. I believe that it may have something to do with his grandfather either being strict or overprotective, and I anticipate that we will find out what exactly this is based on the promo for the upcoming episode. Sidetracking a bit to talk about some other things I liked about the episode. Even when the Rising Volt Tacklers aren't the main subject of the episode, I like how they keep showcasing brief instances of the Brave Asagi's crew members going about their own business. One of the reasons I've been loving this series so far is that it just makes the crew feel a lot livelier. With Liko utilizing it to attend classes while adventuring with the crew, and Roy using it to attend classes from a remote area, it's fascinating that they're really driving home how accessible online classes are in this series. I think it's a wonderful little bit of world building, and I say this as someone who watches the Pokemon anime and plays the Pokemon games for two things: the Pokemon themselves and the world building. I will say I'm a bit curious as to why Freed isn't being more forthcoming regarding his position as a professor. I've seen many Pokemon anime fans say that it seems that many of the crew members are concealing some sort of information about their past. You know, kind of like what I mentioned about Molly, with how, you know, it seems like maybe she is a, I'm not the only one who has this theory, by the way, but maybe she's like a, person of the Nurse Joy family who doesn't want to be a Nurse Joy exactly. She doesn't want to be like, you know, stuck at a Pokemon center for the rest of her life or whatever. Like, she also wants to travel the world and stuff like that. So I feel like there's a little more going on with the crew members than, you know, we see on screen at the moment. And I really hope that we get more information about their personal lives as well. I'm interested in the Explorers as well because this episode reveals more details about their leader, who happens to be named Gideon, which, not a big fan of the name. I don't know why they didn't just go with Gideon, but whatever. Still unsure of their ultimate objective. Why are they after Dependent? Why is it so important to them? I really cannot wait to see what the reason is. Okay, that's enough sidetracking. Let's get back to our boy Roy. So, the bond that Roy and Fuecoco are developing was unquestionably the episode's greatest strength. I was reminded a lot of how Liko chased after Sprigatito in the first episode when I saw Roy following after Fuecoco as it fled after being caught singing. Roy was able to get Fuecoco to like him right away by complimenting its singing and participating in on the fun, which in my opinion was a very wholesome moment. One of my favorite moments of this episode, in contrast to Liko, who had to spend a lot of time studying Sprigatito's behavior to comprehend it. However, it's still a nice illustration of Roy's capacity to befriend Pokemon fairly quickly. In my opinion, this illustrates more how random Sprigatito is in comparison to Fuecoco, which, a minor sidetrack again, I really love how in all of the episodes so far, they're portraying Sprigatito to behave and act like a normal cat would in real life. I really love that. I'm eager to see how Roy and his future partner Pokemon's connection evolves going forward, just like I am with Liko. Fuecoco's pastime of singing in particular seems to be laying the groundwork for its eventual growth, but we'll have to wait and see if it evolves all the way to Skeledirge, which I really hope it does. Skeledirge is one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 9. Please let my boy Roy get it. Overall, I believe this to be a good episode that both introduces Roy to the main characters and develops some other side plots. One more thing, I've noticed every episode so far has included a hint about the upcoming one at the end. Prior to this, Pokemon episodes typically ended with a self-contained one-off story that had no hint as to what would happen next. I wonder whether this indicates that Horizons won't be as episodic as we're used to, but it's too early to say for sure. I might just enjoy the ride as the story develops weekly until we get out of this honeymoon phase and the show settles into something we're more familiar to. So that is going to conclude today's video. I almost said episode. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys smash that like button. I never say that. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. Share this video with a friend. If you guys want to follow me on my social media and all that stuff, my TikTok, subscribe to my second channel, join my Discord server, all that. Links to those will be in the description down below. I love you all, and I will see you guys on the next video. Only good, Chill Army.